All right, welcome back. So in this video we're looking at Carnegie Mellon and we're going to take care of a practice activity in lesson 2. It's called window, and you can see here's the solution and here's what we have. So we have a tree and we have the background, but that's pretty much all we have. So we need to create this area right here, and this is obviously one of the trees and another tree, and then this dark green looks like that's a tree. So what we have here is sky blue, and we have, what's a sienna? So this is probably going to be, the sienna is going to be the frame, and then this one, sky blue, is going to be the sky right here. So we can look over here, and we currently have sienna, but this would be this right here. So the trunk of the tree. Okay, so we really need to create this frame, and we're going to want to do that first, because what we want to do is have this laid down, and then we're going to go ahead and place over top of it, because these things are already here. So we got to kind of think and reverse imagine that these are not here. We're going to do this frame first, then the sky blue, then we're probably going to need to create the grass because we don't have the grass there. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So here's sienna, and it looks like it's going to be a rectangle. We're going to create a few rectangles here. So let's move this down a little bit. And it says, just real quick, we'll read the hint. It says the grass doesn't cover any part of the sky. Okay, so we're going to want to have, so it doesn't cover over the sky. Okay, so we're going to want to do this right here. Yep, and then these are two different rectangles. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to have 3 rectangles. The first one is this for sure. So we'll do 25, 25. And then we want this to cover most of the page because we need to cover the entire thing. So let's do like 350. Actually, let's do 300 just to see. And so 350, 350. So width and height. Let's do 300 and see what it comes out to. And then we want to fill this in with its sienna. Okay, so if we run this right now, see, we're not even close on that. So we're going to need to change this around a little bit. Let's try 350, 350. And now let's try running that. That looks better. Okay, now don't worry about the trunk being missing here. We're going to cover that up here in a second. So our next thing that we're going to do that will cover that up is we're going to create this sky blue. So we're going to go ahead and make another rectangle. And that is right here. So we're going to do 35, 35. And then, so the width and the height, let's do, oops, I made that a wrong thing there. Let's do 320 and 280. So again, this is width and height, and you'll see when we draw these. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and finish this real quick. We'll do fill, and it's going to be sky blue. Okay, let's go ahead and run that. So see, we didn't fill this in enough, so let's do 330, 285. Actually, that looks, so you can see here, yeah, we're just below that 320. Yep, so that'll be good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and we'll do the, So to work on the grass here, we need to do 350 or 35 and 320. So let's go ahead and start making our rectangle there. And then we'll do 330 and 45. And that's going to fill in with, I believe they call it forest green. Yep. Let's run that. Oops. All right, what did we do here? Oh, we spelled that rectangle wrong. There we go. Very good. Okay, so then we could adjust the opacity here if we wanted to, because you can see one of these down here had opacity. Opacity 60. I'm going to just leave it like that for now. And I think when we draw the entire window here, so 35, 35, and then you're going to go down to 330. I think that's what we're looking at. Well, let's go down here. So we're going to draw now, we're going to draw another rectangle. This is going to be our window glass. And this is where we're going to do that opacity. So let's go ahead and do rectangle. And I know that was 35, 35, and I think it was 330, 330. Then we're going to fill that in basically with a gradient. Oops. And what we want to do is we're just going to kind of take these colors. There we go. There's the opacity I'm looking for. So you can see we have white, gray, white. So we have white, and white. And then we're going to start this. We're going to start from the upper left top. And we're going to say opacity is going to be 60. And we're going to start down here. And that's why these look different than these that we have right now. So let's go ahead and run this. Oops. And opacity. Oh, yes. Forgot to do this right here. Because these are all together. Didn't include the opacity with that. There we go. Okay. So that's how you create this right there. Sorry, I had a couple typing errors, but this is how you create this window look with the trees. Hopefully this helps you with your coding. Good luck.